Exercise 28. In a video game competition, there were 120 players that participated. The distribution of scores was as follows. Let's minimize this a bit. So 110 players scored from 1 up to 4,999. So within this range, we had 110 players. Then we had another 9 players who scored from 5,000 up to 49,999 points. So we had a total of 9 players here as well. And only one scored the amazing score of 8,250,000 of points. Which of the following statements about the mean and median scores is true? Well, let's see. Let's begin with the median. We know that in the median, we need to follow a specific pattern. We would put the values, the scores in this case, in order, and then we would start crossing out. So at first, we would have the first 110 scores from 1 to 4,999. Then that would be followed by another 9 values, which were all between 5,000 and 49,999, so up to 119. And finally, the 120th value, which would have been the last one, would be the one of 8.25 millions. And what would I do next? I would start crossing out these values one by one, from the smallest to the biggest, the smallest to the biggest. So the smallest and the biggest, then the smallest and the biggest. So this means that both the highest score of 8.25 millions and all 9 scores between 5,000 and 50,000 would have been cancelled out with 10 of the 110 values, which means that the median would have been one of the first 110 values. So the median is for sure between 1 and 4,909. However, with regards to the mean, how would we calculate the mean? We would need to add them all, add all 120 scores, and then divide that by 110. But think of that. The greatest score, the 8.25 millions, is that big that if it's just by itself being divided by 120, we would, let's do the division, we would end up with 1, 2, 3 divided by 120. It would give me the value of 68,750. So even if it was by itself, we would end up with a mean of 68,750. We are talking about scores. So all of these numbers are positives. So if we go on and add all the remaining scores, then it's more likely that that number will be even greater. So in any case, the median, which I repeat is a number between 1 to 5,000, will always be smaller than the mean, which means the mean is greater than the median. So A should have been the right answer for this question.